Right, hello everyone and welcome to my channel, to Warren's Team Talk. My name's Warren and I hope that you're all really well and having a great day today. And yeah, I know I haven't done one of these for a while, but I don't think I've done one since match day 35 as it happens. But yeah, so I'm back now though. I couldn't do one last weekend, obviously because we had the FA Cup. And yeah, I was so busy trying to get all that sorted out. I know it's not an excuse, and I'm sorry if anyone was disappointed, but I really wanted to try and make that as special as possible. And I hope that those of you who watched it enjoyed it. But yeah, so anyway, so we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at match day 38, the last game of the season, and we're going to preview the games, and I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. And here's Taib. Taib's in, and he says, good evening, or good evening. Oh, mate, how are you? I hope you're good, mate. Lovely to see you. Yeah, so I hope you've had a good day, mate. It was shocking this morning, absolutely awful weather. But yeah, so anyway, let's get on with it. Before we start, please, everyone, make sure you put a like on the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please can I ask you to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. And like I say, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at match day 38, the last game of the season, and what a season it's been. Gee whiz, it's been a mad one, but let's get into it. So, but before we do, I just want to big up all these YouTube channels. Arsenal Alex, he just posted a video a little while ago, actually. Those of you who haven't seen it, about Mikel Arteta's press conference, and he's waffling because he's been at it again. He's been talking absolute nonsense. So go and check out Arsenal Alex's video because it's really, really good. And then we've got the Aussie Gooner, and Aussie Gooner is a really mad, passionate Aussie Arsenal fan, and he did a video on, when was it he did it? I think it was yesterday or the day before. And it was a review of the Newcastle game. And gee, he really went off on one. I'm telling you, it was superb. So please go and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel already, please do that because it was great. It really was. Then we got Diesel Arsenal. Diesel Arsenal is a fantastic guy, really, really, really great guy. Another guy is really passionate about Arsenal, and he gives it to you straight. There's no nonsense with him, no filters with him. He just tells you straight how it is at Arsenal Football Club. But he also talks about other things as well, and he talks about life. He talks about movies and TV and all this sort of carry on. And once a fortnight, I'm on his channel and I'm doing talks about the paranormal. And we're doing another one because the one we were scheduled to do on Tuesday, we had to postpone it for a number of different reasons. And unfortunately, but we're going to do it on Saturday, and it's going to be happening at 3:00. So make sure you come over and check that out. I'm going to be talking about Bigfoot. So yeah, that's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty wild, I'm sure. And we got Arsenal Alex in the chat, and he says, "Evening, hi Alex. Hope you're well, mate. Lovely to see you. I'm still thinking about that thing you asked me to give you some feedback on the other day, but it won't be long. I will give you an answer because I know it's important, and I agree with you. It is, but for me, it's really weird. Honestly, I don't understand it, but I will send you some I'll send you my thoughts on it anyway. And then we got Del Boy Gunner TV. Now this guy is he's moving. Let's just put it like that. That guy is moving. He has got a bright future ahead of him as far as I'm concerned on this YouTube platform. He really has. And his views are going up through the roof. He's getting a lot of respect and love from the YouTube community, and yeah, I think he's going to be great. I really do. Well, he is great already. He doesn't need to be great. He will be. He is great. And then we got Arsenal, the History and More. That's Jez Collins' channel. Another superb channel. He did a video yesterday, but YouTube has done some madness in the last 24 hours or so, and it's basically what it's done. It's marked some videos as private that weren't meant to be private, and it's caused all sorts of mayhem. So poor Jez has been trying to sort all that out, but yeah, irrespective of that, he's got a fantastic channel. He does match reviews and those sorts of things, and he's also main part of his work on that channel is to talk about the history of Arsenal Football Club. So go and check him out. If you haven't subscribed to him and you're an Arsenal fan, then you should be subscribed to him, because he's doing a fantastic job. For some reason, the club deems fit not to talk about the history of the club. I've got my own opinions about it, which some people might think is a bit mad, but that's what I think. But yeah, Jez is doing a really, really important job on that channel. And later tonight, probably, I think, yeah, in about a couple of hours, I'll be on his channel with a lot of other guys. I think Del Boy's going to be on there, and Carl Walsh is going to be on there, Kenny Ken, and who else? Yeah, there's going to be a few of us on there talking about what's going on at Arsenal at the moment. Gracie-Mae is going to be on there as well. And, yeah, it should be interesting, because there's going to be a few of us talking about the club and talking about what we think has gone wrong. And then talking about Gracie-Mae. Gracie-Mae, she's really, really passionate Arsenal fan. And she was on my channel on... I think Wednesday, I think she was on Wednesday. She came on and we had a chat for about half an hour about the FA Cup, which was absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed chatting to her, but I always enjoy chatting to her. For me, it's like she is really important because she's the future of this football club. And I feel happy and secure knowing that the future of the club is in safe hands with her supporting it, because we need more people like her to carry the club forward and make sure that its traditional values and culture and all the rest of it is kept sacrosanct, and that it's allowed to flourish. And then we got NorthsideLdn, another young guy, and I feel the same about Northside as I do about Gracie. He's a great guy, very, very passionate about Arsenal. He don't take no nonsense, and he just refuses to accept mediocrity, and he calls it out wherever he sees it. So fair play to him. And then there's SFeatleyTV. His channel is... the aim of his channel is to raise money and awareness of the Children's Liver Disease Foundation. And on his channel, he talks about Arsenal and football-related content, as well as Formula One. So he's got a really, really good channel. So please make sure you go and show him some love, because, like I say, all the money he makes from his channel goes to supporting the Children's Liver Disease Foundation. And then last but not least, we got the one and the only legendary Carl Walsh. Carl Walsh is a straight-talking Arsenal fan, and there's no filters with him at all. It's just real talk all the way with him. and he's absolutely superb guy. I love him to bits, and his content is fantastic. So please go and check him out. He's just got himself a new intro, which is fantastic. So yeah, please go and check him out. So let's move on. Before we come to Claude and the Gooner Claude Trust, let's do some of these chats. And Static's in. He says, "Hey Warren, hi mate, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks very much for coming." He says, "Warren, it's just pronounced SFeatleyTV, not Stephen Featley TV." Oh, okay, fair enough. Thanks for that. And Ty was saying, "Why was the ninja so good at baking pastries? Because he had a black belt in martial arts." Ty, that's pretty wild, mate. Thank you very much. Anyway, so yeah, guys. So we've got the Gooner Claude Trust. Now, there's a link in the description for the Gooner Claude Trust. So please go and click on that, check it out, find out more about what they do. And basically, the Gooner Claude Trust gives young kids, young disadvantaged kids, the opportunity to go to a match at the Emirates Stadium and the best seats in the house. So yeah, go and find out about that, because it's a fantastic charity what they're doing, getting children interested in sport and passionate about sport and football in particular. So yeah, please go and check that out. And Jez is in. Hi, he says, "Hi, evening all." Hi Jez, I hope you're well, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. And Ty says, "Evening Jez, how are you?" And so let's get on with it. So this is the fixtures this weekend, and as is now the tradition, all the games are kicking off at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And the games are Arsenal against Everton, Brentford against Leeds, Brighton against West Ham, Burnley against Newcastle, Chelsea against Watford, Crystal Palace against Manchester United, Leicester against Southampton, Liverpool against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Manchester City against Aston Villa, and Norwich against Tottenham. So that's the weekend's fixtures. And this is the Premier League table. As you'll notice, every team has just got one more game to play. Liverpool and Manchester City are well clear at the top. Manchester City are 19 points clear of third place. Chelsea and Liverpool are 18 points clear of third place Chelsea, and they reckon this league is competitive. Righto. And third place Chelsea have got 71 points. They're 3 points clear of Tottenham, and they're 5 points clear of fifth place fifth place Arsenal. And then in sixth place, we've got Manchester United, who are 8 points behind Arsenal. And then it goes down to West Ham, who are 2 points behind Manchester United. And then a further 5 points behind are Wolves in eighth. And so it goes on. And then now, after last night's results, Everton are now safe from relegation. And the last relegation place is to be decided between Burnley and Leeds. They're both level on points, but Leeds have a far inferior goal difference, so they're going to have to do better than whatever Burnley do on the last day. So personally, I think it's going to be Leeds that go, I have to say. But let's see what happens. And Jez says, Ty was saying, well, I'm seriously pissed off with TubeTube at the moment, as hundreds of channels had their last streams put to private views because of problems last night. They say it's fixed, but it's not. Yeah, Jez, I just looked just now, and that video you did last night is still not there. And I'm wondering how long it's been going on, because a couple of my videos that I did on Cup Final Day, I've got really small amount of views. For example, the video I did about Chelsea's road to Wembley, which was similar to the Liverpool one, has only got about nine views or something, which I know I don't normally get like shitloads of views, but I normally get more than that. So I don't know. It's just all a bit weird altogether, to be honest. But if there's anything I can do, mate, to help, please just ask and I'll do whatever I can. If there's any phone calls you need making or anything like that, please just tell me and I'll be more than happy to help. Right, so let's move on. So let's look at the matches, and we got Keenan. Hi, Keenan. He's looks like he's a Man United fan, but I'll be right. Big up, Ryan Love from Cape Town, South Africa. Big United fan. Yeah, I thought you was, because you got the United crest on your channel or your YouTube icon thing. So fair play to you, mate. And how you feeling about United season this season, and how do you think you're going to get on in the final day, and what do you think needs to happen? I know there's a lot of questions to be thrown at you, but yeah, I'm quite interested. So yeah, thanks for coming and tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you enjoy your stay here with me on this channel. But anyway, let's get on with it. So Arsenal against Everton. Obviously, I've got a big interest in this one because I'm an Arsenal fan. And Arsenal's last 5 home games have seen them win 2-0 against Leicester. They lost 2-0 at home to Liverpool, lost 2-1 at home to Brighton, won 3-1 against Manchester United, and 2-1 against Leeds. Arsenal's leading goal scorer so far this season has been Bukayo Saka. He scored 12 goals from 39 starts and 3 substitute appearances. And Arsenal are currently sat 5th in the table. Everton, on the other hand, in their last 5 away games, they've lost 3, won 1 and drawn 1. They lost 2-1 at West Ham, 3-2 at Burnley, 2-0 at Liverpool, they won 2-1 at Leicester, and they drew 0-0 with Watford. And their leading goal scorer has been Richarlison. He scored 11 goals from 33 starts, and they're currently sat 16th in the table. So Dave says, Warren, was Eddie McGoldrick a good footballer? He was all right, yeah. Wasn't too bad. Why are you asking me particularly about him? Was there any particular reason? And Taib says YouTube is as annoying as Arteta's logo head. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. And yeah, I mean, Eddie McGoldrick, he was all right. I don't think he was a great player, but he did a competent job. But I don't think he was that great. But he wasn't that bad either. So it'd certainly get into this team though that we got at the moment. That's for sure. Brentford against Leeds. Brentford, in their last 5 home games, they lost 2-0 against Newcastle, won 2-0 against Burnley, won 2-0 against West Ham, drew 0-0 with Tottenham, and won 3-0 against Southampton. Their leading goal scorer this season has been Ivan Toney. He scored 14 goals from 33 starts and 3 substitute appearances, and they're currently sat 11th in the table. And Leeds United's last 5 away games, they've lost 1-0 at Leicester, They won 3-2 at Wolves, 3-0 at Watford, drew 0-0 with Crystal Palace. They lost 2-1 at Arsenal. Their leading goal scorer this season is Rafinha, who scored 10 goals from 35 starts, and they're currently sat 18th in the table. Brighton are playing West Ham United at home this weekend. Brighton's last 5 home games, they've lost 2-0 to Liverpool, 2-0 to Tottenham. They drew 0-0 with Norwich. They drew 2-2 with Southampton and won 4-0 at Manchester United. So they won 4-0 at home to Manchester United. Their leading goal scorer is Neil Maupay. He scored 9 goals from 34 starts, and they're currently sat 10th in the table. West Ham, on the other hand, their last 5 away games have seen them lose 4 and win 1. They lost 1-0 at Liverpool, lost 3-1 at Tottenham, lost 2-0 at Brentford, lost 1-0 against Chelsea, and they won 4-0 at Norwich. Their leading goal scorer has been Jared Bowen. He scored 12 goals from 34 appearances, and they're currently sat 7th in the table. Burnley against Newcastle. Now, Burnley obviously play Newcastle on Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff, same as all the other matches. And Burnley, in their last 5 home games, they've lost 2-0 at home to Manchester City. They won 3-2 at home to Everton, 2-0 at home to Southampton, 1-0 against Wolves, and 3-1. They lost 3-1 against Aston Villa. Their leading goal scorer now is Maxwell Cornet, and he scored 8 goals from 21 starts and 6 substitute appearances, and they're currently sat 17th in the table. And as I said, this weekend they're in a 2-horse dogfight for Premier League survival with Leeds, so that will be interesting to see how that pans out. I think they might just about secure survival, but it's going to be really, really tight and really tense, I believe. And then this weekend they're facing Newcastle United at Turf Moor, and Newcastle's last 5 away games have seen them lose 1-0 at Chelsea, 1-0 at Everton. They lost 5-1 against Tottenham Hotspur. Let me start this again. They lost 1-0 at Chelsea, lost 1-0 at Everton, lost 5-1 against Tottenham. They won 3-0 against Norwich and lost 5-0 against Manchester City. So they've taken a few spankings on the road on the last 5 games against Tottenham and Man City. But apart from that, they don't really concede that many. So it's a bit of a surprise that they got those 2 spankings, to be honest. But anyway, their leading goal scorer is Callum Wilson. He scored 6 goals from 17 appearances, and they're currently sat 12th in the table. Chelsea against Watford. Chelsea, in their last 5 home games, they won 1-0 against Newcastle. They lost 4-1 at home to Brentford. They lost 4-2 to Arsenal, won 1-0 against West Ham, and drew 2-2 against Wolves. Their leading goal scorer this season has been Romelu Lukaku, who scored 15 goals from 44 starts, and they're currently sat 3rd in the table. Watford, who are currently sat 19th in the table and already relegated, in their last 5 away games, they've lost 4-0 at Wolves. They won 2-1 at Southampton. They lost 2-0 at Liverpool, 5-1 against Manchester City, and 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Lost 1-0 at Crystal Palace. Now, Their leading goal scorer is Emmanuel Dennis. He scored 10 goals from 30 starts and 5 substitute appearances. And like I say, that's at 19th in the table. So really, I can only really see a comfortable Chelsea victory in this one. Now, Crystal Palace against Manchester United at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace in their last 5 home games have been unbeaten. They've drawn 1-1 with Burnley. They drew 0-0 with Manchester City. They won 3-0 against Arsenal. Drew 0-0 with Leeds United, and then won 1-0 against Watford. Their leading goal scorer this season has been Wilfried Zaha. He scored 14 goals from 34 starts and 2 substitute appearances, and they're currently sat 13th in the table. Manchester United, on the other hand, in their last 5 away games, they've lost 4-1 at Manchester City. They lost 1-0 at Everton, 4-0 at Liverpool, 3-1 at Arsenal, and 4-0 against Brighton. Their leading goal scorer, despite a very inconsistent and poor season by United standards, has been Cristiano Ronaldo. He scored 24 goals from 35 starts and 3 substitute appearances. So that speaks volumes, in my opinion, for Cristiano to score that amount of goals in a team that has been really poor. I think speaks volumes about him. Anyway, their current league position is 6th, and that's about as high as we're not going to go any higher than that. It's actually impossible for them to do that. So that's the best that they can do. And then Leicester City against Southampton in Leicester this weekend. Like I say, Sunday, 4 o'clock. Leicester, in their last 5 home games, they won 2-1 against Brentford, 2-1 against Crystal Palace. They drawn 0-0 with Aston Villa. They lost 2-1 at home to Everton. They won 3-0 against Norwich. And their leading goal scorer is James Maddison, who scored 17 goals this season from 52 appearances. That is incredible. He's played 52 games. I reckon that's the most of any other player in the league, I think. They're currently sat 9th in the Premier League. And now Southampton, on the other hand, in their last 5 away games, they haven't won once. They lost 4-0 at Aston Villa. They drew 1-1 at Leeds. They lost 2-0 against Burnley. They drew 2-2 with Brighton and lost 3-0 against Brentford. Their leading goal scorer is James Ward-Prowse. He scored 10 goals from 40 appearances and 1 substitute appearance, and they're currently sat 15th in the table. Now, Liverpool against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Liverpool, in their last 5 home games, have won 4 and drawn 1. They won 1-0 against West Ham, 2-0 against Watford. They won 4-0 against Manchester United, 2-0 against Everton, and they drew 1-1 with Tottenham Hotspur. Their leading goal scorer this season has been Mohamed Salah. He scored 30 goals from 44 appearances and 5 substitute appearances, and they're currently sat 2nd in the table. Wolves, on the other hand, in their last 5 away games, they've lost 3, drawn 1, and won 1. They lost 1-0 at West Ham. They won 1-0 at Everton. They lost 1-0 at Newcastle, 1-0 at Burnley, and drew 2-2 most recently with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Their leading goal scorer this season is Daniel Podence, who scored 6 goals from 17 appearances and 11 substitute appearances, and they're currently sat 8th in the table. Manchester City against Aston Villa, the last but one game of the weekend. In their last 5 home games, they've won 4-1 against Manchester United. They drew 2-2 with Liverpool, 3-0 against Brighton. They won 5-1 against Watford and 5-0 against Newcastle United. Their leading goal scorer is Riyad Mahrez, who scored 24 goals from 46 appearances, and they're currently sat top of the table in first place and they're in pole position to win the Premier League title this season. And then they're up against Aston Villa, and Aston Villa in their last 5 away games, they won 3-0 at Leeds United. They lost 2-0 at West Ham. 2-1 at West Ham. They lost 2-1 at Wolves. They drew 0-0 at Leicester and won 3-1 at Burnley. Their leading goal scorer is Ollie Watkins. He scored 11 goals from 35 starts, and they're currently sat in 14th position in the Premier League. So we've got Grant in the chat. And Grant says, "Hey Warren, I hope you're good." Yeah, mate, I'm fine. I hope you're okay. I hope you weren't too upset the other night after what happened in Seville. Did you manage to go? Was you one of the 100,000 that went out there? Or did you know anyone that went? Looked like it was a bit of a massive party, to be honest with you. But yeah, not a good day for Rangers, but there's nothing I could say about it, mate, really. You know my feelings about it, but yeah, I am sorry for you, mate. I am, honestly. Anyway, last game of the weekend, 4 o'clock on Sunday, Norwich against Tottenham. Norwich are sat bottom of the table. Their leading goal scorer this season is Timo Pukki. He scored 11 goals from 37 starts and 3 substitute appearances. And Norwich have, in their last 5 home games, they lost 3-1 to Brentford, 3-1 to Chelsea. They won 2-0 against Burnley. Then they lost 3-0 to Newcastle and 4-0 to West Ham. And Tottenham, in their last 5 away games, they lost 3-2 to Manchester United. They won 2-0 at Brighton. They won 4-0 at Aston Villa. They drew 0-0 with Brentford and drew 1-1 with Liverpool. Their leading goal scorer so far this season is Harry Kane. He scored 26 goals from 46 starts and 3 substitute appearances. And Tottenham are currently sat 4th, not 7th, as he says on here. I only wish it was 7th, but it's not. They're sat 4th. So let's have a look at the predictions. That's the fixtures once again. So my predictions for this weekend, Arsenal and Everton, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Brentford against Leeds, I think Brentford will win by 2-1. Brighton against West Ham, I think it'll be a 0-0 draw. Burnley against Newcastle, I can think Newcastle will win that by 2-0. Chelsea against Watford, I think that'd be an emphatic 4-0 win for Chelsea. Crystal Palace against Manchester United, I think Palace will win that by 1-0. Leicester against Southampton, I think Leicester has slightly edged that by 2-1. Liverpool against Wolves, I think Liverpool will win 4-0. And then Manchester City against Aston Villa, I think City will win by 3-0. And that will confirm their status as Premier League champions. And then Norwich against Spurs, I think Tottenham will win 3-0 and confirm their position in the Champions League at Arsenal's expense. So there you go. One interesting aspect about this weekend is obviously Steven Gerrard, ex-Liverpool player, will be taking his Aston Villa side to the Etihad Stadium, hoping that he can inflict a defeat on Manchester City and hand Liverpool the Premier League title. But I don't think it's going to happen personally. But there you go. And Grant says, yeah, you're still hurt over Wednesday. We have to win the cup on Saturday or it will be a disaster of a season. Well, I think you will win the cup. But don't forget, it's the guy's first season at Rangers. But I understand because, you know, you want to be champions, and I understand that. But, you know, it was always going to be difficult for him coming in midway through the season after Steven Gerrard left to go to Aston Villa. So he's got a good pedigree, that guy. So let's see what happens next season. I've got a suspicion it might be a bit closer next season than it has been this year, but hopefully not. We'll see. Okay, everyone. So that's the end of my match day 38 preview. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I just want to thank all of you for coming in the chat and joining in with the show today. Let's see if I can do a quick roll call who's been in here. So we've had Taib, Hussein, and we've had Arsenal Alex. Please don't forget to go and subscribe to Arsenal Alex's channel. Really great channel. He did a brilliant video just a little while ago about Mikel Arteta's press conference. And then we had Static, top man he is, and Jez Collins. Please go and subscribe to Jez's channel. He did a video yesterday. Well, I haven't had a chance to watch it because I was really unwell yesterday. I was hoping to watch it today on playback, but YouTube's pulled some madness apparently, so I can't watch it yet. Hopefully we'll be back soon and I'll be able to watch it, but yeah, that's not good. YouTube, you need to sort your life out. You really do, because that's appalling. Then we had Keenan, the United fan from Cape Town in South Africa. And then, yeah, and Jez. So, and then we had Grant McRoberts. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Before you go, please, if you haven't done it already, please put a like on the video. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then please do that. I'd very much appreciate that. If you could do that for me, that would be absolutely fantastic. And thanks very much for coming in, like I say. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Please stay safe. And please don't forget, I'm going on to Jesse's channel in about an hour and 20 minutes to talk about what's gone on with Arsenal this season, and more to the case, what's gone wrong, why it's all gone tits up. So yeah, please come over to Jesse's channel, because I'll be on there and there'll be a few of us on there, like I said earlier. That'll be, I think it's 7 o'clock that's happening. But yeah, let me just double check that. But it's definitely on Jesse's channel. And I'm just going to check. And I'll let you know. Hold on just a second. And I'm just going into YouTube. And let's see. Yeah, it's at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be on Jezzy's channel. Yeah, so that's going to be great. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So, yeah, please go and make sure that you come and check us out. That'd be wild. It really will. Anyway, I'm going to finally let you all go now and stop chatting. So thanks very much for watching. Please take care. Have a great rest of your day. Please look after each other. Don't forget to keep talking. And I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.